Are we ready in there? Dave! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rucku podcast. The last one before the World Cup final. The last one before England play South Africa. We have Jed back.
Yeah.
From the alternative rugby commentary, leg end. And Ieuan.
Hi.
Leg end. Campo, you're still on your phone?
I'm still here.
Excellent. And you'll note there is a notable admission, that of Zinzan Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When the going gets tough, Valentine disappears.
Yep.
That's what,
there's a shadow of a doubt.
back in New Zealand, we just call that he's gone all hoary styles.
What does that mean?
That means he's gone walkabout. That's the Australian term for it, I think.
Hoary Styles.
Yeah.
Hoary styles.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Let's look that up in the dictionary.
Can I offer my chin first? I'll take it on the chin. I have bagged England.
Yeah, we don't talk chins here.
Yeah, sorry.
You've only got one.
Sorry,
so you've only got one.
Yeah. Just the one.
Just the one.
I bagged them.
Yeah.
I've called them rubbish. I've called them crap. I've called them average. I've called them no good. I've called them brown paper bag. I've called them everything you like under the sun. I meant every bloody word of it. But you're in the final, and I can't deny that.
No, you can't. It's hard to deny that, isn't it? Because we are there.
I'm not. That's the only. I'm not offering it like a porn star. I'm just saying, like, you know.
How would you offer it if you were a porn star?
Wouldn't you like to know?
What would be your porn star name, actually?
Yeah, I know we're on the internet and stuff now, but come on.
What name would you choose?
What is
Jedi.
it? Caesar Centennial, mate. That's my porn star name. Caesar Centennial.
He's thought about it. Anyway, looking back at the two semi-finals with the porn star here, England-France. Did you
Very ordinary.
Very ordinary. Campo.
Do you know the one
I'm
thing
still
I
here, I'm just
can't?
listening.
The one thing I can't believe, right? Bernard
No,
Laporte,
it's
who's
very-
done his
I mean, the thing
best.
is, you've got to be. You got England going out there. We know the way they played. France were very ordinary, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, a lot of that. I think a lot of that. I don't know about you,
Couldn't even
Campo.
run the ball.
Hey,
They're known for French flair.
he's on one. He's on a rant.
They had no flair.
None.
Now, did you want to make a point?
Yeah. Bernard Laporte.
Stop
right?
banging the table.
He's done his best to ruin any French chances. And what do?
Thanks, Shane.
They promote him. They make him Minister of Sport.
He was actually Minister of Sport before
Yes.
before the World Cup started.
That's
and
quite right.
The news was that he didn't care about rugby.
So
He's
you
in
balled it
Sarkozy's
up.
pocket, mate. The
And
guy's
you
in
get
Sarkozy's
promoted.
pocket.
He didn't
He's a
care
gangster.
about rugby. He showed that, didn't he?
Well, he has
I
no
mean,
idea
you
of
don't
rugby
go
anyway.
into a World Cup semi-final. In the first seconds of the game, they score a try, and the French are like, oh, well, okay, they scored. Now what do we do? Then drop goals from halfway. It was ridiculous. I don't even think England would try that.
Hey, it's great, though. You watch a bit of a psychological thing. Your number 10 puts out one of their locks with a tackle. Not a bad hit, that, really, is it?
Good hit. That's old-time Johnny Wilkinson.
You thought we were saying, wouldn't you? You'd think Palouse would think, oh, shit. But he'd carry on long enough to get to the next ruck and pretend he damaged it in the ruck, wouldn't you? Yeah. You wouldn't go off with it, giving the satisfaction to Johnny Wilkinson in England, thinking, our number 10 put you off the pitch, you big, soft French garlic munching surrender monkey.
Get out now and wait for the 80 minutes.
What was that, Camper?
I said he probably thought, well, we're not looking too good, so how about I just leave the field now? So it's not my fault.
Yeah,
well, I think
leave it under duress, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's what Bernard Laporte tried to do as well, isn't it? But they stopped him leaving the stand.
Did you think the French would win it?
Yeah, I thought the French would win it.
Even up to when did you actually suddenly start thinking they're not going to win it?
Final
whistle?
Yeah, pretty much. I was actually at quite a good party. No one there were English supporters, and the DJs were playing music. And
so it was just full of Aussies and Kiwis and
we all
Welsh.
sat there, and you could have heard
everyone dancing around you.
No, well, it was a little bit. It's chicks, though, mate. It's chicks. That's what chicks do. Chicks come to the footy and start dancing around. It's like, whoosh, down the way, love. And then, bugger me days of bloody England haven't won. Okay.
Is that when the party really took off?
Well, that's when the dealers arrived, mate. Yeah.
So what were the key points to me? I watched Chabal get dumped by Tate, and I thought there was the big symbol of French dominance, long hair, beard.
Yeah, and he also showed the nonsensical decision, once again, Damien Try, 15.
Yeah.
In the first minute. He's not a 15. As long as there's a hole in his backside, he's not a 15. And what do they do? They keep picking him there.
Yeah, but also, Ieuan, I mean, if you have a look at the French winger who was marking Lucy, he just sort of let him through.
Yeah. Van
There was no
Sinclair.
shadowing, there was nothing. So basically, it was his fault. Why would you let someone run straight through to the fullback?
But, all joking aside, wasn't the last 5 minutes, you could tape that, I know you wouldn't want to, and you'd play it to the Kiwis and say, that is how you win pressure rugby matches. Drop goal.
I reckon you would. You'd have to, surely, because the outcome was the right outcome. For God's sake.
I mean, they might not want to, you don't want to, in an arrogant way, but you think the New Zealanders had 12, 13 minutes to win a game.
In a room full of ugly girls, you take the ugly girl.
Yeah, but as we've been saying, like in the Southern Hemisphere, except for South Africa, team, we don't really think things like that,
What do you mean you don't think things like that?
No, we don't think that the drop goal. We think that, we've had the Bledisloe Cups and you've talked about the Tri-Nations. Teams have won it after the bell. They've actually backed themselves to score the try.
Well, that's your fault for throwing your balls over the shoulder, mate.
Well, I'm just saying, but it worked, doesn't it?
Well, it didn't for the Kiwis.
No, I know, but I'm saying that's the difference between the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. You guys up here, it's drop goal left, right and centre. But down there, it's like the All Blacks...
No, I get it. We wait to before the final whistle.
That's the mentality of it. They know that they can score, but they didn't have any on the field to do it. So why would you attack, outside their 22, end up at halfway, then try a drop goal?
Yeah, good point, Cabot. Moving on. South Africa, Argentina.
Boring.
All that.
Hey, have you enjoyed any of this
Just
World
one
Cup?
word, any word that pops into your mind.
What did I tell you about Argentina? They can only play one style of rugby. They've been very, very easy, kick the ball, blah, blah, blah. They've got away with it. They've come up against South Africa, tried to run the ball. And they had absolutely no idea. There's so many mistakes. They kept on whinging to the referees every 5 seconds.
Hey, they're under esteem. All that energy and enthusiasm they showed in the first 3 or 4 rounds, they had nothing left to give.
No, they hadn't, because they're not used to 6 games in a row, Ieuan.
Ratified air.
If you have a look at them, they whinge at every scrum and ruck and whatever.
Hey, Ieuan was right.
They might have done a bit better.
Breathing the rarefied air of semi-final
You like
was
that,
just still. And your Lionel Boxis, that was another great highlight for me. The rarefied air got to them, didn't
You
it?
should get out more.
So that was RG just wiped out with that one beautiful phrase, boring. Yep. Well, they just made too many mistakes. And they made too
when you
many
got
mistakes.
Habana, when you got say Habana as well, he's gonna make you pay. When you got that sort of pace, and he took his 2 chances brilliantly.
So, do England stand any chance in the final? Jed, I'll go to you and hope you say no because you've got it wrong now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll say absolutely bloody not.
Brilliant.
The box, right from one day, they got too much under the hood for them.
Hey?
I think England's got a great chance.
Yeah, so do I.
I think because what you said is there's a lot of older guys that have been there, done that. The South Africans are under a lot of pressure. Young guys in the back line. Last week, a few easy mistakes. France
There's a lot of methamphetamine getting around.
Campo, I've just picked up and saying, you're not happy at the moment, are you?
No, I've had a long day, mate.
All right, okay. I get that sense.
No, look, I just think it's if you look at, I mean, also I don't know if you know, it's actually rained here in Paris today. So if it's wet, it's definitely going to go England's favour. Northern Hemisphere referee, the scrum time. There's been a lot of talk about the scrums. England, Australia.
You're looking forward to this final, aren't you, Camper?
Sorry?
You're looking forward to the final.
Well, no, I think it's going to be good. I just think it's, everyone's talking about it.
I'd hate to hear you building up to a game you didn't think was going to be.
Campo, you were on the Prozac at all?
What's that?
Speak to your doctor. I honestly think you mentioned the word pressure, Campo.
Yep.
Along with quite a few others. That's the key to me. South Africa have not been under. No one has put them under pressure. Argentina didn't put them under any pressure. They made too many mistakes early on. Gave them an intercept try, and that's it.
Well, how do you put the box under pressure if you're England?
You scrummage.
Yep.
You hit them on the game line. You stop the back row boys.
Yep.
And then suddenly, Butch James and Steyn have to start thinking about, getting their momentum in the midfield, moving it. And I think the boy Steyn is the key. You said he's a swinging door in defence.
Yep.
I think he's swinging.
Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me, Will.
Sorry, does that mean something different in Australia?
No, but just be careful.
It means end of
Actually,
sentence.
Aussie Dave over there, he's perked up.
It means end of sentence.
Aussie Dave,
mate.
he goes, oh, mate, swinging, number.
Your leg's over, you're swinging.
Yeah, he's swinging. Steyn, I think he's a slight loose connection there. He wants to do something special all the time, and I think that's the one.
And you know what England do? They're going to kick the ball an awful lot. And the issue is, do they kick it when they choose to, or do they kick it when they're forced to? And that's down to the forward battle up front. If they tactically kick,
cancel each other out because they're all individuals.
Who do?
England and South Africa, they're individuals. Backline. I mean, When was the last time that you saw the two centres do something together? They don't do it. It's just the tactics there.
We don't do that sort of thing.
I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Do what together?
There's no fluidity. There's no fluidity in their play. It's guys
the same. As you talk, they're all
taking a
individual.
chance.
Spain doesn't even pass the ball. He doesn't even know who his outside centre is.
Yeah, but the difference is England don't go down that road anyway.
That's right.
They play a very simple game, but it's got them to the final. It's effective.
Well, the thing is,
exactly,
if they play a simple game, as we talked about last week, they've got to do everything properly. If they don't, they can
lose.
They can't make mistakes.
Decide to run it wide and run the big forwards around. That's how you beat England.
Do you reckon is it going to be a big change of tactics from the box from the first way they played them?
No.
But I think their game against England in the pool stages was about as well as I've seen them play for a couple of years. I don't think they'll hit that peak again. How are England going to deal with Habana this time?
Not make mistakes.
Well, they're going to have to work them over.
And if they do kick well. You make sure a lot of hang time with the ball, make sure the chase is there. So, put pressure on Montgomery and JB Peterson, put them on the floor, don't allow them to counter-attack.
Put them in the bloody dark room and stand on his ankle.
The key battle for me is Gomasol against Fury Dupree.
Yeah.
Both those guys make those teams tick. Definitely. Without them, to me, the turnaround in England's fortunes have come about largely because of Gomasol has taken some leadership decisions on the field.
Well, he's taken
and Fury Dupree gives them tactical nous. And without Fury Dupree, the box don't have any tactical nous.
Yeah. And so that's what Dupree's done. He doesn't put pressure on Butch James. But if you put the scrum under pressure, all of a sudden Butch James has got the pressure to play, where Johnny can handle it. Butch can't.
I would agree with that.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, it is very, very simple.
From the side, from the grandstands, it's very simple, isn't it?
Just a bit. And if any of you want to join in on www.rucku.com, you can join in our simple discussions. No long words, just simple.
Emphasis on the simple.
Simple, yeah. Simple and simple. Jed?
Yes.
Quickly, prediction?
South Africa by a romp.
By a romp. Campo, prediction?
I think if England
simple prediction.
Play the way they play, it's going to be pretty close. They've got a chance of winning, but if South Africa play really expansive rugby and England's a loss, I think it could be about 15 points for South Africa.
Well, you really sat on the fence with that one then. So can we just
go for England? But I think
you're just trying to cover your arse by saying, but then possibly South Africa. Yeah, I
think South Africa will probably win, but I think England got a great chance.
England by 4. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed it, and we will be back at some point, hopefully with Jed. We're buying him a new cardboard box, all sorts of stuff. It's luxury, isn't it?
Yeah. Please send donations via my page on Rucku. You can find it under Jedi. Yep.
All donations welcome.
Yeah, any kind
food
of box.
Parcels.
Any kind of box, indeed. I'd like a wee add-on. Maybe a sleep out. So
whatever you send, just make it big, right?
Join us again, and fingers crossed. Thank you very much. Cheers, Campo.
Thanks, mate.
You get some sleep.
Will I see you? You coming on Saturday?
Yeah, it might be.
Okay, I might see you there.
Looking forward to it.
Bye.
Bye.